Hey everyone, Mucklick here, bringing you the newest news and patch update notes on January 19th, 2021 for Guild Wars 2. They just pushed out a new patch, and it is bigger than what we were anticipating. Most of the people data mining and predicting were anticipating another Dragon Response mission or two, but it is actually a lot more than that. Let's jump into it. New release, Champions Chapter 2, Power. Beset by the rampaging forces of Primordus, Tyria's defenders face an uneasy ceasefire with Jormag. As the conflict grows, makeshift alliances will be tested as the Elder Dragons gather their strength. Face the conflict head-on and become the champion Tyria needs in the second chapter of the Icebrood Saga's climactic finale. Four new Dragon Response missions are now available. Note that these missions will contain spoilers for the champion's story if you play them before they occur in your story journal. As the war in the depths crashes to the surface, old allies return to welcome new heroes to their fight. The Deldramore dwarves, stone-formed enemy of the destroyers, are marshalling in the Eye of the North. Complete daily achievements on their behalf to aid their efforts and earn rewards. As the world completes tiers of progress, everyone who helped will earn extra rewards from the representative Ogden Stonehealer. So if we've learned anything from the previous events, make sure not to hoard your dwarf tokens like a dragon, like some of us did. Make sure to spend those to get the rewards before they go away. Completing all three initial objectives in a Dragon Response mission will now immediately progress the mission to the next event. So no more waiting around on timers. Good change. Dragon Response missions will no longer close when the party leader leaves the instance. I actually didn't even know that was a thing. I think I'm usually the first one in the instance, so I guess I've been the party leader, so I didn't know that was a thing. That's a good change. As a side effect, the quest log is currently not shown in private instances of Dragon Response missions. Quest progress is still gained on completion, and the display issue is under investigation. Okay? That's a good way to handle a bug. If there's a minor bug like that, just call out, hey, we know about it, we're working on it, and it's going to prevent 1,000 people opening tickets and complaining. Well, 600 of them. The rest will still whine. Dragon Response mission boundaries will now uniformly push you back rather than eject players if they were in a private mission. Thank God. I've accidentally walked out of the range of these before and just gotten loaded out. Very annoying to have to start the whole thing completely over. This is a good change. The baseline health for champion-level enemies in Dragon Response missions has been standardized to set a more even experience across the missions. Some champions will have slightly lower health and some will have slightly more or be unchanged. The health scaling and damage reduction modifiers granted by the challenging effect in Dragon Response missions have been adjusted. With the relevant challenge modes active, groups of 5 players will see a small decrease in enemy durability, while smaller groups will see a more pronounced decrease and more consistent curve in difficulty based on party size. I'm betting some Revenants are going to be trying to solo this. We'll see what happens. General Spirit Shards. What? Were designed as an end-game currency that fuels player interactions with the Mystic Forge. Whether this is for promoting materials, generating unique equipment, or working toward a legendary item, the Spirit Shard cost reflects a time investment spent engaging in gameplay. Over the years, we have monitored the acquisition of Spirit Shards, and we've come to the determination that allowing them to drop from champion loot bags has both devalued them as a currency and also created restrictions on how we use champions and encounters. Interesting. So they might sometimes have wanted to use champions and encounters, but they didn't because Spirit Shards? For these reasons, we've made the decision to remove Spirit Shards from the drop tables of champion loot bags. They will still be available from every other existing source in the game, and we will be closely monitoring how this change affects the game's economy. Remove Spirit Shards as a potential drop from champion loot bags. The item filters and the trading post now support attribute filtering. Oh, this is a completely separate topic. Okay, so Spirit Shards. Very interesting. Now, I say I definitely play more than the average player, and I don't Mystic Forge Shards often. I'm sitting on 7,500 of them. I didn't even notice these things came from champion loot bags. I thought I got all of these just from the mastery bar filling up. But, so this change doesn't affect me much. However, if this gives them freedom that they need to do more designing, that's awesome. I'm immediately reminded of back when I played old World of Warcraft, when Horde had Shamans and the Alliance had Paladins, and that was it. They had to balance fights against them. So like they couldn't make shamans do this unless they made all paladins able to do that. And they really couldn't be their own classes. And then finally, when they were just like, all right, forget it. Just give the horde paladins, give the alliance shamans. They were finally able to diversify them, and they had more freedom with development. This reminds me greatly of that. So now apparently they had this handicap that was preventing them from being able to just use a champion mob wherever they wanted to, and now they don't. So okay, I'm fine with that. I'm not really hurt by a few less spirit shards. The item filters in the trading post now support attribute filtering for concentration and expertise. Some items are becoming tradable. For the following notes regarding items becoming tradable, existing account-bound items will remain bound, but new items acquired after you update your client will be unbound. Updated materials can be unbound by depositing them into material storage. Crafted exotic equipment with the following attribute prefixes is now tradable: Celestial, Commander's Crusader, Grieving, trinkets only, as there are no crafted exotic weapons or armor with this prefix. Marauder, Minstrels, Nomads, Seraph, armor and weapons only, as there are no exotic trinkets with this prefix. Sinister, Trailblazers, Vigilant, Vipers, Wanderers, and Zealots. So I think the main theme here is a lot of this stuff has concentration and or expertise on it. That's awesome. That means for new players that are up and coming, it is going to be so much easier for them to gear out. Many account-bound non-ascended food items are now tradable. Account-bound sharpening stones, maintenance oils, and focusing crystals are now tradable. Exquisite serpentite jewels, oh my god, are now tradable. I'm gonna have to shoot a message to my editor. So this very much impacts the creation of Vision, the legendary accessory Vision. You have to get a bunch of these, and they were bind on pickup. So as soon as you got them, they were bound to you. So you had to spend a lot of time in Thunderhead Peaks, not a lot of time, but at least like a week to get them all. Now you can just buy them from other people. So that's awesome. That's a great change. So yeah, gonna have to tweak that guide before it gets finished. Exquisiter serpentite jewels. I wonder if that's a typo or not. Now have a rare chance to drop from Dragon Crystal nodes at Thunderhead Peaks and the home instance. I might be mining these from my house. Increase the drop rate of Maguma lilies from jungle plants. Okay. Aetherblade enemies now have a chance to drop Watchwork sprockets directly in addition to blade shards. The Watchwork mechanism now requires 250 sprockets to craft, down from 500. Linseed oil now requires 15 piles of flaxseed to craft, down from 20. Celestial Orichalcum imbued inscription now requires 2 charged quartz, down from 5. Celestial Intricate Gossamer Insignia, same thing, 2 charged quartz, down from 5. The base crafting time for cloth, metal, wood, and leather refinements has been reduced to 1 second, down from 2. Wow. So that means when you start, if you go to turn 500 mithril ore into bars or elder wood into planks, it's going to start off going twice as fast. That's awesome. I didn't expect that this patch. That's great. Many sources in Living World Season 4 and Iceberg Saga maps that drop gold doubloons now have a chance to also drop silver, gold, or platinum doubloons. Okay? Increase the drop rate of charged quartz orichalcum amulet, which contains the chalk egg sac from Garant's chest. What? Wow. Okay. So for those that don't know, that can essentially get you the chalk infusion, which you can see here. I've got it in my Aurora. Mine was gifted to me, and I keep it for sentimental reasons. There is no way that I could afford it on my own. It's what leaves this lightning trail behind me when I run and makes a bug burst out of me when I die. And it is also worth a stupid amount of money, like 10 or 20,000 gold last I heard. But yeah, I'm wondering how much they increased the drop rate on it. Increase the drop rate of the festive confetti infusion from the Stop the Choya Pinata Before It Gets Away event's bonus chest. Why are they buffing infusions? This is great. Fixed a bug that prevented the aura effect of the festive confetti infusion from displaying properly. Thank God, we can't go not seeing confetti. Significantly increased the drop rate of the Heart of the Con-Er infusion from the recovered char artifact. Wow! Some adjustments have been made to the sorting of items in material storage to align related items more closely. The wooden plank consumable item is no longer usable in dungeons or fractals. Interesting. I thought they had already made it to where most of the items, consumable items in the game weren't usable in fractals, that were kits, similar to the metal rods or the sentinel rifles. So I guess wooden plank slipped through the cracks, and they're correcting that now. The content preview of faction supply boxes available from Eye of the North vendors now shows the minimum quantities of materials available. Prismatium ingots are now tradable. Black Lion Company Gem Store. To celebrate the next chapter of the Iceroot Saga, one free Primordus die kit and one free Jormag die kit are available for a limited time in the style category of the Gem Store. So this is it right here. Yeah, there's one of each. Be sure to pick that up. The new Ice Reaver Greaves skin is available in the style category of the gem store for 400 gems. For a limited time, the Sacred Pegasus Griffin skin, War-Torn Marauder Warclaw skin, and Infernal Horror Springer skin are available in the style category of the gem store for 1,200 gems each, a savings of 40%. For a limited time, the Wild Trihorn Raptor skin and Mordrum Alpha Jackal skin are available in the style category of the gem store for 960 gems each, a savings of 40%. The Mistlock Sanctuary Passkey has returned to the upgrades category of the gem store for 1,000 gems for a limited time. I have an entire video on all of the tricks and tips you can do with the Mistlock Sanctuary Passkey. I will link it in the description below, as actually where I'm standing right now. No, this was not planned. This place is freaking great. Best town, don't at me. Jorah's outfit has returned to the style category of the gem store for 700 gems for a limited time. Improvements and updates. Glider skins can now be unlocked in PvP and raids. Okay, I can immediately interpret that in two ways. Way one, you've got a glider in your inventory that's not bound to you, like you've got it from a Black Lion chest, and you're just trying to hit right-click account, add to account wardrobe, and it wouldn't let you do that before in PvP or raids. Which big freaking deal, you could just do it when you step outside. Or option two, they're adding glider rewards, like glider skin rewards to PvP and raids. That second one would be amazing. But I want to make it very clear, I'm not certain that that's what it is. I don't want to get people's hopes up if that's not what it is, if I'm misunderstanding it. Bug fixes. When purchased using miniature claim tickets, the Mini Aetherblade Admiral, Mini Molten Berserker, Mini Toxic Warlock, and Mini Chu the Incredulous now reward the mini itself rather than consumable items. Okay, tiny quality of life thing. Fixed an issue that prevented the Unbound Harvesting Sickle, Volatile Harvesting Sickle, and Frostbitten or a Calcum Harvesting Sickle from creating bonus gathering rewards. Has my Volatile Harvesting Sickle been slacking on the job? I didn't even realize. Good. Get it to work. Gem purchases from the gem store for the Mac client have been disabled. Read more. I will have links to this in the description. I recently did a video, I will link that in the description as well, that talked about why Guild Wars 2 had to basically end support for Mac. I totally blame Mac for this. There's a lot of companies that are pulling out from Macs. But yeah, they had to do that, and that is coming up in the near future. And the gem purchases from the gem store being disabled is leading up to that, because let's say somebody didn't know the news and they bought something on the gem store today, they would want a refund in 2 weeks, you know, leading up to when it gets shut down. So yeah. Also, I want to really quickly give a shout out to That Shaman on Twitter. He has got an excellent thread on this topic. He wrote today that the Guild Wars 2 Mac OS client is officially end of life tomorrow and will be deactivated a month later. If you want to continue playing on your Mac, now is the best time to look for alternatives. Alternative 1, you could dual boot Windows 10. Pros, runs faster than the Mac OS version. Cons, you have to buy a copy of Windows and switch between operating systems. Not available on ARM-based machines. Option 2, you can dual boot Linux and use Wine or similar software. Pros, it runs slightly faster than the Mac operating system version, and it's 100% free. Cons, you have to switch between operating systems, it's hard to configure, and runs worse than the Windows version, not available on ARM-based systems. GeForce Now. Pros, runs faster than the Mac OS version, platform is independent, native app or Google Chrome, free with an asterisk, saves 50 gigabytes of disk space. Saves 50 gigabytes of disk space. Cons, free version has long queues, which can be skipped by paying a monthly fee. Needs a beefy internet connection. And then he also wrote, I'm using GeForce Now on my laptop because it runs much better than whatever my iGPU can do, and I highly recommend you enable the sharpen filter to improve image quality with Control-G or Command-G, which he showed a before and after photo here. This is an issue that I can't help much myself on because I don't own a Mac computer. I worked in tech support for eight years before doing what I currently do for a living, and I don't want to touch those things. However, that said, if somebody else has the solution to a problem, I'm very eager to help spread the word. So do know about those options if you are one of our Mac Guild Wars 2 brethren, those options are available to you. But I'll have links to everything I've discussed in this video in the comment section down below. If you have anything additional to add on any of these topics, please be sure to include those in the comment section and subscribe if you'd like to see more similar content. That's it for today, and enjoy the patch.